and the serpent cast out of his mouth water, just like a flood. Read on.
That he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
The her is who? The her is these Israelites. The people on this side. It's representing as a her. The Most High said that he married unto Israel. We are a wife unto the Most High. So it said the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood, that he might cause her to be carried away. With what? Carried away with these lies. And many of you have been carried away with the lies. That's why you don't want to wake up. That's why you love ignorance. Ignorance is bliss, right? Read on.
And the earth helped the woman.
And the earth helped the woman. You asked about archaeology. It said the earth helped the woman. We're not going to ever find the Ark of the Covenant or the Ten Commandments. Like I showed you, according to prophecy, according to the Bible, that was hidden. But we're going to get other archaeology. We're going to get other things. We're going to get other paintings. Other archaeological facts are being dug up. We got paintings, we got pictures of Mozart being black. King James that wrote this, that translated the Bible, but he didn't write the Bible. He had nothing to do with writing the Bible. He sanctioned he didn't even translate the Bible. King James gave the order or the sanction or gave the green light to have the Bible translated from the Hebrew and the Greek unto the English.
That's right.
That's what he did. That's the only contribution that he had with the Bible. But guess what? He too was a so-called black man. Mozart, William Shakespeare, King Arthur, the Knights of the Round Table, King Solomon, the greatest king that ever lived. King Solomon was black. His father, King David, was a so-called black man. And guess what? They were all Israelites. Read on.
And the earth opened her mouth.
Right, the earth opened the mouth. The earth opened her mouth. Read.
And swallowed up the flood.
And swallowed up the flood. Again, what did the flood represent? Lies. So the earth is doing what? It's swallowing up the lies. That's why we can't be fooled no more, man. It's done. You can't lie to us anymore. You can't put puppets in office and tell us that everything is okay.
That's right.
Like they put this puppet dude Obama in office, and ain't a damn thing changed for the so-called black man in America. If anything, things got worse for you. If anything, things got worse. That's why as soon as he got in office, the so-called white man's gun came out and started doming you in the head. Because they thought they could get away with these things. They thought, all right, brother, peace, man. All right, yes, sir. Read on.
Which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
Right, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. The dragon was casting out lies like a flood to cause you so-called Negro, West Indian, Puerto Ricans to be carried away of this flood. And a lot of you been carried away. You love this place. You love being in America. You love being in captivity. You love being a slave. Give me the book of Jeremiah. The second chapter in the 11th verse. You love being a slave. I guess because you were used to slavery. It's like you got somebody that's been in prison for so long, they get institutionalized. They start liking prison. They'd rather be in prison than be out here in the street. Don't you know that you have a mental defect, so-called black man? It's no fault of your own, so-called Puerto Rican man. You have a mental defect, and it's no fault of your own. It's called, what is it called?
Stockholm Syndrome.
Huh?
Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, Stockholm Syndrome. Just like
Stockholm slave syndrome.
Right, Stockholm slave syndrome. What's that? When somebody's in the military, they come back.
PST.
Yeah, post-traumatic stress disorder. A lot of our people have that and don't even realize it. We have a post-traumatic slave disorder. Meaning we've been in slavery for so long, we don't want to be free. We don't want to come out of this captivity.
That's right.
Bring it out.
We want to
That's
stay
right.
working for the so-called white man forever.
That's right.
Read
Jeremiah
2 verse 11.
2. Jeremiah 2, verse 11. Have a nation changed their God?
Right, the Most High asking you Israelites, you so-called black man, West Indian, Puerto Ricans, have you changed your God? Hell yeah, you did. You turned your back on the true God, and you following after every other thing on this planet. You following after Islam, Christianity, Catholicism, Buddhism, gangbanging, NA. Some of y'all follow after NA. They teach you in NA that NA is your God. NA ain't your God. Back up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Go ahead. Read that again.
Have a nation changed their God?
Right, have a nation change their God? Read.
Which are yet no God.
Because all these gods that you turn to, guess what? They're false gods. That's not the true power of the Most High. That's not the true God of the universe. The true architect of the universe is not Allah, it's not Jesus, whom you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. It's not God. It's not these Christians' ideologies, Buddhism. The true God is found within the pages of this Bible. Go ahead.
But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit.
Right, it says, my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit. What is your glory? Your glory is this Bible. Your glory are the laws, statutes, and commandments found within this Bible.
That's right.
Your glory is the true God that's found within the pages of this book, whom you ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ. That's your glory. But you have changed that for that which does not profit. You said you turned your back on the Bible, you turned your back on the Heavenly Father and His Son Jesus Christ, whom you ignorantly called Christ, and you turned toward what? You turned toward Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, gangbanging. Read on.
Be astonished.
Right, be astonished. Go ahead.
O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith the Lord. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living water.
Right, it said they have forsaken. It said my people have committed two evils. One, you forsaken the Most High. You turned your back on the true God of this Bible. You have turned your back on the law, statutes, and commandments. Read on. It said what? The fountain of living waters. Where do you get living waters from? The Bible. Studying this book. And not in the way a Christian studies it, because they don't study. They read over the commandments. They don't keep the law. Read.
And hew them out of cisterns.
Right, you hewn yourself out cisterns. Meaning, a cistern is something that holds water. Read.
Broken cisterns.
But guess what? Your cisterns that you made yourselves, they're broken. They have cracks in it. So every time you try to fill it up with water, guess what? The water flows out of it. Meaning it has no knowledge. It has no truth. You dealing with Islam, you're not in the truth. You have a broken system.
That's right.
All you Muslims out there amongst our people, you have broken systems. Go ahead.
That can hold no water.
And you can't hold no water. That's how you know the Most High is Jake. Because we say that, our people say that now, they don't even read the Bible. They say that now. You can't hold no water. Well, the Most High telling, he said that thousands of years ago in the prophecy. Your false philosophies and ideologies cannot hold no water. The water represent knowledge, represent truth. It represent the law. If you follow in Islam, Christianity, even some of you Israelite camps out there, what they call them, Old Testament Israelites, guess what? You're not holding no water. If you're not dealing with, if you're not dealing with the whole Bible in its entirety. And these Old Testament Israelites, that's what they call themselves, right?
Yeah, non-messianic.
Non-messianic Israelites, Old Testament Israelites. Well, if you call yourself an Old Testament Israelite, guess what? You're acknowledging that there's a New Testament.
That's right.
You're acknowledging, if you call yourself an Old Testament Israelite, you're acknowledging that there's a New Testament. Because technically, there's no Old Testament and no New Testament. It's just one whole Bible. Read.
Is Israel a servant, verse 14?
Yeah, that's what I really wanted. Read out. Read
Is
it with
Israel
power.
a servant?
Read it again with power.
Is Israel a servant?
Is Israel a servant? The Most High asking you a question. Are you a servant? Were you created to be a slave? The black man, the Puerto Rican man, the Mexican, the Indian on the reservation? Were you created to be a slave forever? Were your people created to be slaves forever? Read.
Is he a homeborn slave?
Right, are you just a good house nigga? Are you a homeborn slave? Are you a good stepping, fetching, Sammy Davis, cooning and buffooning house nigga? Were you created for that? To smile and smile in Esau, the so-called white man's face?
Shoe shine.
The shoe shine while he whipping you?
Harmonica, banjo.
Yeah, banjo playing, shoe shining. The only time you get mad when somebody get killed in the street, and that only lasts for a couple of weeks. And in Bridgeport, y'all ain't never did that. I remember when Rodney King, when they beat the hell out of Rodney King, and then they beat the hell out of Rodney King, and then they took them cops to trial and let them go. Right? LA was on fire. Out here in Bridgeport, they had a march right down Main Street, and we in Bridgeport, Connecticut, by the way. Right down there in Main Street, there was a whole bunch of people, big crowd, a couple hundred or whatever. And then guess who came out there? The mayor. I believe it was Ganem. If I'm not mistaken, it was Ganem. Ganem, the mayor now. Mayor Ganem was there, and for whatever reason, ain't nothing happened.
Ganem ain't shit.
Yeah, Ganem ain't shit. Ganem went to prison.
That's why they recorded me, Channel 12 News, because I'm fighting for my son, and Frank Riccio came and recorded me because Mr. Ganem didn't want him to record me. I mean, if they gave him a chance, why I can't get a chance to get my son back?
Right, well, the reason why is because you an Israelite, and he's a so-called white man. So, of course, they got loopholes for them. But when it come to you, you ain't got no loophole. They're not going to tell you about the loophole.
He beat up his wife. He got arrested. The one they took away my rights to my son.
Yeah.
And I kept
Because
fighting.
this is what you got to understand, brother. This is their
Hard
kingdom.
fit, but I'm going to fight again.
Yeah, well, you got to fight on this side. You can't fight by yourself. You know what I'm saying? How you going to fight by yourself? You don't even know the law. You don't know the law. First of all, the Ganem, Ganem, and Ganem. Their whole family are lawyers. All right? And you can't fight against the so-called white man on your own. Because number one, you don't know the law. You don't know his law, and you don't know God's law. You know what I'm saying? So read that again from the top.
Is Israel a servant?
Right, so you're just going to continue to be a servant and a slave. Just get used to it. I mean, you're already used to it. You should be mad. You should be mad as hell. And you should be